Hey Capricorn, this read's for you guys. Let's go ahead, let's get started, and we'll see what the universe has to say to you guys today. Alrighty, what do you got for us, universe? What messages do you have for Capricorn? Ooh, we got one sideways there. So we're going to get started with that one there. So I have the solar plexus chakra. And it tends to speak to your self-esteem and your inner power. I have mental conflict, truth, new beginnings, and triumph. So definitely a transitional period. I'm feeling like it's looking at yourself in a new way and learning a new way to go through the world, where you're feeling more confident and more competent. I have triumphant success, patience and planning, prosperity begins, recognition and reward, and transformation. Yeah, I think we're working on a new chapter here. And I almost wonder if this isn't just a personal journey, this is speaking to maybe a career as well. And starting a new path in that way. Trying something different. Making a big change in your life. I have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, he tends to be called the Apprentice card, and he can represent going back to school, getting an education, getting a trade. And I feel like that would actually quite tie into the rest of these cards and the transition that you're making in your life. Maybe going back for some upgrading, a diploma, a certificate of some kind. Because I feel like the patience and planning also speaks of you planning for the future. You're setting the groundwork for a new future for you, to get out of the old way that you were living, the old life, the old job, maybe even where you were living, trying to start a whole new chapter. I have the Nine of Swords, which tends to represent being trapped or stuck in thoughts or feelings like fear or anger, anxiety, depression, and having trouble seeing your way clear of it. I feel like this is a very scary change for you. I feel like you're experiencing a lot of self-doubt, a lot of anxiety about doing something so different. I feel like this is a pretty big change for you. This was a very big decision to be able to go back to get this training, this upgrading, to start a new life. I have the Hanging Man here. To me, the Hanging Man represents you holding yourself back, or your hang-ups, allowing your hang-ups to hold you back from being successful. And I feel like it also speaks to these negative emotions. This is what's holding you up. This is what's hanging you up. This fear and this anxiety and this self-doubt. I feel like you're going forward with this anyways. That's just going to make it more difficult to find success in your journey. I also have the Temperance card. And she tends to represent having a balance between emotion and logic. And so I feel like that's something that can help you in this situation. Being able to step back and look at it from a different perspective, cut emotion out of it, and just look at your situation rationally and what you're doing. And you'll be able to see that, okay, if you take these steps, it's going to get you to this place, and then you will have this opportunity, which is what you want to begin with. And then if you get that opportunity, it gives you a new opportunity maybe for housing or for moving or for this or for that. And you're going to be able to see that you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path, and you're building for a future. I also have the Seven of Swords over here. I'm not 100% how he fits in just yet. I might have to pull more cards. I'll show you the sneaky bugger. So he tends to speak of a situation in which you feel like something was taken from you unfairly. Sometimes he even speaks of theft, or a situation where you feel like you caught the short end of the stick. I'm not entirely sure if he's speaking to someone in your life, maybe not being so positive about your decision to change, or if it's from the past, like you feel like you got hosed out of this opportunity a long time ago, and that cheeses you off as well. So I have the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups tends to represent new beginnings, and it can speak to new relationships, but I'm not entirely convinced that we're talking about a relationship here. I feel like this is more about you and your new beginning. I have the Five of Cups, and to me, he's quite similar to the Hangman in this read, of allowing yourself to get stuck in negative emotions and miss positive opportunities around you. I have the Seven of Cups next to him, and it represents choosing wisely and carefully, weighing all your options. And to me, it just says to look at your situation without the emotion, just with logic. And I think within that, you will find the clarity that you need to give you the confidence to keep going for this journey. I have the Emperor as well. And to me, the Emperor is going to be the end result of your journey. This is going to be you. You're going to gain a new self-confidence. You're going to feel very smart, very capable. You're going to get what you want. You're going to be successful. If you follow through on your path, I feel like the Emperor is who you're going to wind up as. So I almost am getting the impression that within this journey, within this education that you're going to do, there's different levels. And what you really want, your end goal, what would make you happiest, is going to take the most amount of effort in schooling. I feel like there's varying degrees of getting what you want. And if you were willing to settle for less, you would get a fraction of what you want, and it would be easier. And I feel like that's what the Five of Swords speaks to. It speaks of short-won victories. That's the vibe that I get off of him in this read. Giving in and taking the easy route and doing something easier instead of shooting for your goals. I have the Eight of Swords, which also speaks to being trapped and having trouble making a decision and finding clarity in a situation. And I pulled the Hermit card, and the Hermit card represents introspection and soul searching and thinking. I feel like he ties into the Temperance card, and being able to look at things from a logical and rational point of view, and being able to find that clarity that emotion won't allow you to get. I have the Knight of Pentacles, which represents something you've been working for a long time, finally coming to fruition, and he usually speaks of finance. And I feel like that's what it speaks of with this path that you're on. Because from what I can see from the cards, it's going to take you a while to complete this and come out the other side of it with the education that you're really wanting. The Knight of Pentacles tells me that you're more than capable of doing it, and that you will see the positive benefits on the other side if you stick with it. I also have the Six of Wands, which represents triumph, and to me, it ties in with that as well. I have the Four of Pentacles, And he's sometimes called the Miser card, and he can warn of being a greedy or a penny pincher. I don't feel like that's what he's speaking to in this read. I feel like he also ties in with the Five of Swords and not putting in the work and taking the easy way. Holding back are the words that I get from him. It's like you're holding yourself back, not doing the work, not following through. I have the Four of Swords. I got him on top of the Hermit, and the Four of Swords to me speaks of rest, rejuvenating, time for yourself to think, soul searching, healing. So I think this is also Tarot's way of encouraging you to take time to think about your situation from a new light, a new perspective. And I have the Two of Swords as well. So I think you're struggling with that choice and choosing to be in it for the long haul, or to sort of stop short and settle for less. I have the Three of Wands as well. The Three of Wands speaks of a positive forward progress towards your goals. So I feel like you're already in this transition. And maybe that's why you're struggling with the choice too. Is because you're already in it and you're seeing that it's not going to be the easiest path. And that it might be a little more lengthy than you anticipated. And I feel like maybe that's part of why you're having doubt as well. So I have the Seven of Wands here. And he can represent sort of drawing your line in the sand, standing up for your ideals. In this read, he speaks to me of really deciding on what you want and then going for it and not allowing anything to hold you back. The Ace of Wands also represents new beginnings, and new beginnings in a business venture. Then I have the Justice card. Okay, I'm going to say it because this is the vibe that I get. That's the area that you're studying in. It's legal, it's in criminal justice in some way. I don't know if it's a lawyer, I don't know if it's in some other area of law enforcement or justice. But I feel like that's what you're studying in, and now that you're into it, you're seeing that there are other options where they're not as lengthy, and it'll still get you into the field of work that you want, the general field, but not the position that you want. The position that you want is going to take a lot more work. I have the Six of Pentacles, and you can speak of a even give and take. To me in this read, it also speaks of you balancing logic and emotion to be able to see the clarity, to see the payoff versus the amount of work. Because if you took one of the lesser positions, I feel like it would be a lesser payoff. It wouldn't get you where you needed to go. It wouldn't help you build for the future that you wanted. So you would be giving up some of that. So yes, to get what you actually want, yeah, it's going to take a lot more work, but you're going to get a lot more out of it in the long run as well. To me, the Chariot is Tarot's way and the universe's way of encouraging you to keep with the positive forward progress that you're already making. And the World card to me is telling you to believe in yourself and that you're capable of doing it. I have the Wheel of Fortune card as well, and the Wheel of Fortune card tends to represent your fortunes changing for the better. So I feel like you're gonna see a positive affirmation here pretty quick, and I feel like it ties in with this recognition and reward. So I wonder if it doesn't have something to do with a scholarship or your grades coming in, and very, very favorable. And that's going to be the universe's way of affirming that you're on the right track. It's going to be that pat on the back. It's going to be that encouragement. It's going to be that carrot dangling from a stick to keep you going forward so that you don't deviate down one of these lesser paths. Because I feel like you're better than that. You're meant for more than that. You're meant for this goal that you can get to. You're more than capable of having what you want. And I pulled intuition, universe, movement, choices, decisions, and trapped in fear. So to me, the universe card represents universal life lessons, or being on your destined path, the path that you're meant to be on, the thing that you're meant to do. To me, intuition is speaking of you trusting that you're doing the right thing, trusting that you're going in the direction that you're supposed to be going in, that you're making the right choice, and not allowing fear or doubt to take over and sway you from that path. Alrighty guys, that's what this read says to me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if it resonated, please feel free to comment, because I would love to hear from you guys. Alrighty, take care.